The kid's hooked up. All right, the kid is hooked up here, guys. Good morning, guys. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Jason. Thank you for visiting Ski, Fish, and Enjoy Life. Last couple trips, even though fish were caught, we really didn't do too well. The action was a little slow. We're hoping with today being the first day of the warm-up, the sun is going to be heating up those mid-flats, those mud flats, so we will see. We do have a couple guest stars here. You guys all know the Godfather. He is going to be sitting in his battle chair for the next 4 hours, trying with everything as he may to get a bass. If you guys are really lucky, you're going to see him actually dead asleep and wake up in a startle hooking into a fish. We have identified a temporary mascot for the channel, a nice big black lab here who is from my buddy Tom from Eastern PA. Tom, welcome to the channel. All right. So guys, the plan today is going to be, it's about 9:30 now. We have a high tide around 12:25. We're going to hope with the incoming water than the outgoing, the sun heats up those flats. I'm hoping I get some great content to show you guys some fish caught, but we will see. Let's go. Small change of plan. There was way too much seaweed at the first spot, so we're back to the other spot. Of course, the Godfather needs to give his opinion on this. Go ahead.
I told you this morning before we went, let's go to this place because we caught fish. But of course, you go, oh, I like that place. Even if you didn't catch fish sometimes.
I caught 8 bass at that spot on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, okay? And that's the same spot we've been going to for 4 or 5 years and catching hundreds of bass. Yeah. It's a good spot. You just like it here because there's a bathroom and the water's right here and you don't have to walk.
That's right. And what are you going to do? Walk to the left.
Well, because that's where the fish are. Okay, you happy? I will go straight down here. Does that make you happy? Okay, good. Good. I mean, I could walk all the way to the point, okay, but we won't. We'll go right here. Good, good. It's all about you. 12:30 now. The tide is about to switch and start going out. Since Hooper is MIA today, we're going to do a little bit of a different segment called Ask the Godfather. So the Godfather appears a little frustrated by my choice of fishing times. Because go ahead, what are your thoughts on why we're not getting fish today?
Because it's the middle of the day, the hottest part of the day. Instead of going early in the morning or at dusk when the fish eat.
Now, the Godfather brings up a very good point. The only time I do not follow this is during the spring. In the early spring, I will get and have gotten bass and a good amount of them in the middle of the day. But
as we can see,
as we can see, we're doing awesome, right? So you guys are going to see as we move a little more into the spring, my times of fishing are going to be whenever the sun comes up. I'm going to arrive about a half hour to 45 minutes before sun comes up. I'm also going to target dusk, 2 to 3 hours before it gets dark, and I will be staying there until the sun goes down. Generally speaking, I'll tell you everything wrong with today. Number one, we have a bright sun out there. Number two, the fact that the wind is picking up now is actually a good thing because you do need a little bit of ripples to get the bass to feed. We found that when there's a really bright sun and you know, really calm winds, which hopefully that'll be changing now, the bass bite could be pretty dead. Hey, we're gonna be sitting here for about another hour or two and then we're gonna take it in. Hopefully I get to turn this camera on again and we get to get some fish. Here we are walking on one of my Sandy Hook beaches to see if there are any bass in the surf yet. Reason we're doing that, over the next couple of days, the high tides are going to be somewhere between, say, 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., which basically means I have two choices. I could either fish during some pretty warm weather with intense sunlight, which the bass tend not to feed in, or I could be at my spot around 1, 2 in the morning, which I don't want to do. So we're trying something a little different here. When you guys are going to see me start fishing the surf, almost all of my fishing will be done either at dawn or dusk. And we are going to try that today. So we got some fresh clam and we also have the sandworm balls. So let's see what we do. It's a lower tide. I actually chose a spot to the right because it looked perfect. If you see that white water and you see the white water turn into a swell, that means there is a hole there. So if you study the waves really closely, there is a sandbar to my left, a sandbar to my right. There's a hole and a cut that goes straight out right here. And unlike at the Back Bay, Raritan Bay spots, I am not casting these baits out very far. I just give it a nice little lob right in the trough, because the majority of the bass you will catch will be pretty close to shore. So when you fish the surf, or when I fish the surf, I'm not firing it out. I'm just lobbing it right in that trough over there. And we always use fresh clams in the shell, not the salted stuff in the plastic containers. Okay, you always buy clam in the shell. And if you can't find clam in the shell, I personally believe you should just use worms in bunker. But I was able to find fresh clams. So we have a nice big chunk of clam here. This is actually good for usually 2 baits. So bait number 1, we're gonna cut the tongue right here. So this is gonna be our bait. And we're gonna leave the gunk here for a second bait up. Second bait we're using are the sandworms. This is about $60 worth of sandworms we're looking at, a little over 4 dozen. So when I put the sandworms on the hook, as I said, we're doing a good amount so the fish want to bite it. So we're doing 1, 2. These are a little bigger, so I'll probably start with 2. Hold on. Here. Now the Godfather is slightly perturbed at me for my choice of fishing spot. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yes. He decides to go fish in lot B. But then likes to, or excuse my language, right.
Thank you, I can edit that out, continue.
And he wants to go 100 yards, which is lot A. So now, I've walked probably a mile to his fishing spot when I could have parked and walked 100 yards to the fishing spot. Go to Google Earth.
I can't go to Google Earth to find the spots. The satellite photos are older, and due to storms and shit, the sandbars move. I can't possibly know what a beach looks like until I'm there. It's April. I haven't been here since December.
Sandbars don't move.
Sandbars do move. All right, we have something screw with the clam here. The Godfather doesn't trust I know what I'm doing. He's just sitting there happy, shaking his pole. That was a bite. Yes, it was, 100%. That was not the tide, that was a bite. The kid's hooked up. All right, the kid is hooked up here, guys. The kid is hooked up. Hey, he's on the surface. Let's see what he is. And we got a striper! Woohoo! Striper! There are stripers in the Sandy Hook surf. 28 and about a half-inch keeper. So Godfather, will you ever doubt me again? Will you ever complain about walking so far?
The only thing that I did to help you
was motivate me.
As I said, if I catch a keeper 19 minutes from that time, we have to stay.
I would sit here till midnight. So guys, we'll hear from the Godfather later. Here's a pic of that great fish. We have, I can't believe this. The Godfather's hooked up. All right, guys, we have low light conditions, but we're gonna do this. The Godfather is hooked up to a bass. Here we go, guys. I hope we can see this in the lower light conditions. Just for real. He's going that way, Jeff, so walk this way, follow the fish, keep that line tight. All right, that's a bass. All right, go get him, Jeff. All right, that's a bass. Godfather's got a bass. Woo! Here he goes, and that might be a keeper.
Video, because you forgot your goddamn cooler. The cops pulled me over, asked me for my driver's license, my registration, and of course I couldn't find my insurance card. But luckily, because I look like a stand-alone
guy, he let you go?
He let me go.
Okay, but anyway, you know what, guys? The Godfather's quite happy. That was a keeper, a little over 28 inches, and you can see the picture right here. Now guys, this is truly awesome. I went to Quick Check to get ice. I literally left the cooler in the parking lot, so we had to go back to get it. So you know what? This is living proof that if me and my buddies could catch fish, so could you.
Yes.
And it's nice to see that we got 2 fish both the same size.
Yes. But mine was a little thicker.
Yours was not a little thicker, it was the same size.
It was a little thicker.
Okay. All right, guys, so hey, it took us a while to, you know, catch some fish, so we finally did. I'm going to be dropping a how to do some early spring surf fishing video in the next day or so. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out catch more fish. But hey, as I said, I'm happy to say it took us more than a minute to get these bass, but I'm happy that we did catch some fish. So until next time, guys, please do remember, every day's a blessing, and don't ever forget to enjoy life.